This is the 2013 Nissan Qashqai. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Nissan were one of the first ones to come out with this crossover SUV, and since then most manufacturers have followed through and copied. The Qashqais were first introduced in 2006, which went on to being facelifted in 2010, and then in 2014 the second gen came out. If you're a buyer, it's a Qashqai, and if you're a trader or a seller, it's a Qashqai. Reason being, they sell so well. Even today, they are one of the best-selling SUVs or mini SUVs in the market. I think Nissan have done a good job with the design on this one. It doesn't look like a squashed version of a SUV. It looks a decent size, even though it's not a full-size SUV. Comparing it to the Duke, for example, it just looks a bit squashed. I don't like that. They're decent sized as well. Ideal if you've got a family, or if you want to use it as a workhorse, or towing a trailer or caravan or whatever you want to do. On that note, if you're thinking about towing, I would probably go with 1.6 or above. I think anything under 1.6 is underpowered too. The seating at the back is a decent size as well. You can easily fit 5 people, or you get the armrest as well if you've got 4 people. And the head height is something you don't need to worry about either. They come in both petrol, diesel, automatic and manual, although I wouldn't recommend buying an automatic because they have a CVT gearbox and they're not very fun to drive. A friend of mine asked me to get her an automatic one. I said to her, "Are you sure you want an automatic?" She was like, "Yeah." But I wouldn't recommend it. It's a CVT gearbox. If you want an automatic, I'd probably go with like an Audi, BMW, or a Mercedes or something. Unless you're buying it for your gran and she's not bothered about having a fun drive, then by all means get an automatic. In terms of fuel economy, you can expect over 60 miles a gallon combined local and motorway driving as well, so it's not bad on fuel. The other thing is they do also come in 7-seaters, but the shape of the 7-seaters is slightly different. You can get them as a 2-wheel drive and a 4-wheel drive. The 4-wheel drive ones give you an option to select 2-wheel drive or put it in auto. The 4-wheel drive is a good option, especially if you live or drive in a hilly area or in the snow or whatever. Since this one is a 4-wheel drive, I thought I'd take it on a country road and test the difference between 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. And you'll find that there's more grip and less wheel spinning with the 4-wheel drive mode. In terms of features, most of them have cruise control. You also get the stop-start feature as well if you're worried about saving fuel or saving emissions feature, which you can turn on and off as well. The other thing to notice is the seating position, and getting in and out of the car is quite easy compared to a hatchback, because the seating position is a little high. You don't have to kneel down. That's useful, especially if you've got elderly people that are going to be sitting in the car. The 360 models have a reverse camera and 360 camera, hence the name 360. Although the reverse camera quality is as if you're filming off a Nokia 6230. The boot capacity is 450 litres, which is going to be more than your large hatchback such as a Golf. And if you fold the seats, you get a lot more, 1,520 litres. And that is a lot if you're planning to use it as a workhorse or carry anything. In terms of the trim levels with Nissan, you get the Vicia, which is the basic level, and you get the Ascenta Premium, and then you get the N Connector or the N-Tech, depending on which is the top of the range one. And you'll find a bit more features on those one, like the half leather seats and things like that. Road tax on this one is only £150 for the year, which is not bad for a 4-wheel drive. And it has a 6-speed gearbox as well. Auxiliary and USB ports are under the armrest. Now in terms of the engines, you get the 1.5 diesel or the 1.6 diesel, which is the newer version, and the 2-litre diesel. With the petrols, you get the 1.6 and the 2-litre. The 1.5 diesel has about 108 brake horsepower, whereas the 1.6 has 130. That is quite a bit of a difference. The top speed on this 1.6 diesel is 118 miles per hour as well, so you get a decent pull. All in all, it is a good buy. Personally, I would get the 1.6 four-wheel drive model if I had to choose, but it all depends on personal preference. If you don't do a lot of motorway miles, then I would stick with the petrol. But thanks for watching again. If you haven't already subscribed, click the subscribe button, and I'll be releasing videos on similar cars as well, so click the bell icon if you want to be notified.